On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, I, Mike Penny, am going to, I'm going to go through the bit of motivation that I wrote for New Bern Entrepreneurship Development Center, their entrepreneurship center that they've got opened up within the town. And I want you to know that it has to do with fight. It has to do with passion, the fire in our belly. And all too often it is misinterpreted for angst or for hatred or for anger, and none of that is true. In all actuality, pluck, gumption, fight, passion, burning desire, that right there, in my opinion, is what makes an American. And it's not something cheesy that you can take a photo of and share across the planet. It's just not there. If you want to see an American, why don't you look at somebody who is hard at work, breaking a sweat and breaking their own back based upon their own labor for their own land, with their own people, with their own family. You have the freedom to pursue your own happiness. Wouldn't it be great to live a life without regret, fear, or guilt? You were never created to live depressed, defeated, guilty, condemned, ashamed, or unworthy. You deserve greatness. You deserve a rich and wonderful life. You were created to be victorious. Oftentimes when we find ourselves in an overwhelming situation, it's the result of our own actions. We ask ourselves how we got to that moment in time. Perhaps a choice was made, a decision which was met with unforeseen consequences. Perhaps we made the decision knowing that it could mean our demise. In February 2005, my wife and I had just moved into 29 Palms base housing out in Casa del Sol, a beautiful complex of adobe-style multifamily homes nestled into the barren wasteland that is Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Training Center, 29 Palms, California, in the high desert of the Mojave. We were familiarizing ourselves with the area and meeting new people. Our neighbor Sam, his wife and daughter had moved into the quadruplex next door. Sam was a fellow Marine, an infantryman, and served in the same unit as I did, 3-7 Weapons Company. He and I would carpool when we had long company field ops. Our wives knew each other, our families knew each other within the community, and we grew close as families do under those circumstances, out in the desert with little to do. Military families, all in the same unit, struggling together. It was a great community of people who all shared in similar values. The guys went to work together and the ladies kept each other sane. Well, we all kept each other sane. September of 2005, we deployed to the famed Ramadi, Iraq. Our senior Marines had tried to convey how crazy of a place Ramadi was, but honestly, no sea story could possibly do it justice. There was a heavy IED threat, lots of enemy snipers, and a whole lot of people who just wanted to live their lives rather than be caught in the middle of a conflict. It was everything you would expect war to be. We patrolled in Humvees and on foot, sweeping through enemy territory with heavy hands and soft hearts. Our mission was to eliminate enemy threats and respond to emergency activity throughout the entire area of operation. Every day I would see Sam run through our base. He would wear that typical Marine shorts and green t-shirt, the Silkies. He'd be running around doing his physical training. Now, he wasn't a bulky guy, but he was cut. He was a chiseled Marine of Latin descent. He was standing tall at 5'5" with a short Marine haircut. He was a good-looking guy, and everyone on his team liked Sam. I honestly don't know anyone who's ever had a bad word to say about the guy. He genuinely cared for the mission we were on and actively sought to help others through the use of his own strengths. He was a true warrior that we all valued. One day while my team was preparing for patrol, Sam's team was called out as a quick reaction force, and I watched as they got on the trucks and left base. They were clearing houses in an abandoned section of town. Sam and his team were rolling through the compounds, and he was the one man, the first guy to enter any structure. His team was sent to the end of the block where the intersection made a T. They would have to hold security on the corner because there was an open area around the back side of the house and an empty lot across the street. So anyone observing would have a clear view from certain angles of the house. With security held as best they could, their team made entry into the courtyard and stacked on the door. Each man tapped the shoulder of the Marine in front of him, signaling ready, and Sam made entry into the door. A stairway led up, a parallel hallway led straight, and Sam went up the stairs. With speed and intensity, running upstairs. Well, the exterior window on the second floor was open and had a clear view of the empty lot across the street, about 100 yards to a row of abandoned buildings. And that's where the enemy sniper positioned himself. I was truly an amazing shot. It was probably luck. But the bullet struck Sam in his head and killed him on impact. And it was... We mourned our friend as we did the others. It was a tragedy. But we did so in a way that only Marines and sailors would truly understand, calling roll for those not present, saluting their sacrifice with rifle and pipes, the upturned M16 and bayonet, neatly positioned boots at attention, draped dog tags, and a framed image of our brother, his Kevlar on top. We said our goodbyes and went out on patrol. It wasn't until we got home that I truly realized just how much I would really miss him. Sam's true power as a spirit was fully felt by those in attendance at our battalion memorial ceremony on base in 29 Palms. 3rd Battalion, 7th Marine Regiment stood out at attention on the General's lawn in 29 Palms, and the families of the fallen looked on from the grandstands as we honored their sacrifice as a unit and then broke ranks to give our condolences in person. Afterwards, Sam's widow held their daughter as she cried out for her Poppy. And it was in that moment of suffering that we all truly understand how amazing of a person Sam really was. He was truly valued by everyone around him. And my friend Sam knew the situation. He knew what we were going into. He knew what his mission needed to be. He chose the path less traveled and joined the United States Marine Corps Infantry during a time of war. He trained hard and was committed to the cause we all fought for. He based his decisions on the value he could bring to the team and the greater mission he executed, and every single day that mission that he was on, he executed his duties carefully and diligently, upholding a standard for others to emulate. The situation here is similar. You've chosen the path less traveled, that of a leader, a visionary, a creative, a writer, an entrepreneur, not because you want control, not because your ego told you to. You've chosen the path less traveled because that's what you need to do. That is your value. That is where your strengths lie. That is who you are. And because perhaps there is something better you can find along the way. Something better for everyone. That path is not laid out for you. It doesn't truly exist. In essence, you are the creator. This dream of yours, it won't materialize out of sheer will. Talking cannot possibly bring it into existence. It takes action to deliver something into this world. At birth, you are given free will. You may choose to add value or take it away at your whim. However, actions have consequences. Negative actions result in terrible negative outcomes. No matter how clever the plan, negative action begets negative consequences. As humans, we are social creatures, pre-programmed to help others through the use of our own strengths. In times of struggle against insurmountable odds, we seek to help as best we can based on the circumstances. Those who wish to add value will bear the fruits of their labor. Find close-hearted people, people who share in your values. Work together to see where everyone fits. Build a tribe of people you enjoy spending time with now and may call upon during the worst of times. Add value to their lives through the use of your own strengths and talent. Those who wish to add value will encounter opposition and nefarious characters throughout the universe. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. As Einstein put it, seek counsel in your fellows, in your tribe. Those who wish to do you harm will be met with resistance by those who guard your heart. To you who had chosen the path less traveled, take solace in knowing that there are trailblazers out there traveling through the thick of it, and we dare not give up. I'll leave you with this. You were never created to live depressed, defeated, guilty, condemned, ashamed, or unworthy. You deserve greatness. You deserve a rich and wonderful life. I have no authority to tell you that, but I feel that I must. You deserve to achieve your greatest dreams in adding value to a great many people. You were created to be victorious. Find close-hearted people, people who reciprocate the value you provide. Work together to create something people need. You are the future that we fought for, that Sam fought for. Add value to the world. Thank you. And this was the keynote that I delivered at the Entrepreneurship Center in New Bern, North Carolina. And I wanted to present it to you here because we need to have that fight. It's not fight back. It's not go and pick a fight. It's being a hard target in everything that we do. It is being a fighter who nobody wants to mess with. You have that fight. We all do. Everybody does. It's not sheer motivation. It's not gumption. It is a burning absolute passion within the belly of the beast that makes you get out of bed every day and hit the ground running. To be grateful of the tribe that we have around us. To be grateful for the people who are reciprocating the value that we provide. Add value to this world. Fight till there is not a breath in your body, until you no longer have a pulse. Fight the way that we did downrange. Thank you for listening to another episode of Cigars and Sea Stories. I truly hope you see value in this. Follow us on social media at Cigars and Sea, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Be a part of the conversation. Chat with us. Talk with us. We love hearing your messages. Thank you for being a part of this. Follow us right now on social media at Cigars and Sea. Thank you so much to all of our collaborators. We really do appreciate your support out there. Keep listening. Check out 5paragraph.com. Check out the 5-paragraph business plan. Get started right now on your own fight. Get started right now with that burning desire that you have in order to go and crush the enemy, whatever that enemy may be. And on that note, we cue the music.